The earthquake that struck initially was of magnitude 5.5. I thought, oh, it's an earthquake, and turned on the TV. Then I received an earthquake alert on my phone, which I thought seemed a little bit late. And that's when everyone suddenly fell to the floor.
In times of difficulty, how can we find hope and see the light? My name is Ariel Buzetto, and I'm a reporter at Japan Forward. On January 1st, 2024, Ishikawa's Noto Peninsula was struck by a major earthquake. We traveled to the Hokuriku region and found a symbol of recovery in an unexpected creature, the Japanese crested ibis. Speaking to local business owners and crested ibis conservationists, we found a tale of resilience and coexistence with nature. When we set out for Noto on September 20th, we were not sure what we would find. We knew all too well the images of destruction from the January 1st magnitude 7.6 earthquake. My colleague, Sugiura Mika, has relatives in the area. For her, it's even more personal. But speaking with people on the ground gave us a different dimension. One of the first people we met was Tori Masako, a third-generation soy sauce maker in Nanao City. She welcomed us on a sunny afternoon. The front of her store had collapsed, so she was operating at a limited capacity from the side entrance. She showed us the rear of the store. Bashfully, Masako told us that it was still in no state to be shown to guests. Thanks to a family friend, she set up a crowdfunding campaign to help rebuilding and raised 22 million yen, about $147,000. Exuding energy, she was determined to deliver delicious handmade soy sauce to her clients. When my colleague Mika commented on Masako's bright skin, she said confidently that there is something special in the water in these parts of Japan. While we were there, Masako's friend came to buy some soy sauce. She hugged the shop owner warmly to show her support. On top of the local ingredients, the sense of community might be a key factor in the region's recovery. The following day, we were scheduled to travel to Noto. The weather had other plans. What has been called the heaviest rain in 100 years hit the region, and we were forced to turn back. The people we were scheduled to interview, we soon learned, were refusing to give in to adversity. Shibano Taizo and his brother Kosuke run Malga Gelato, which has been recognized as the best gelato store in the world. They see the impact on operations and procuring ingredients due to natural disasters, but are still moving forward. They focus on making creative flavors that appeal to all five senses, using, in unexpected ways, famous local ingredients from Noto, like rice and salt. Then there was Ono Chojiro, who runs a charcoal-making business. It may seem unusual, but he and others like him use their business as an opportunity to raise awareness of the importance of forest, tree planting, and sustainability that they depend on. After suffering severe damage from the quake and rainfall, Ono is advocating the importance of sustainability more strongly than ever. It struck me that these people were choosing to invest in the region, despite its scary and sometimes destructive nature, to rebuild the land and their lives once more. In fact, a symbolic representation of Ishikawa's residents' resilience can be found in an unexpected place, a species of bird. Let us take you to Sado, an island off the coast of Niigata Prefecture. Sado is the only place in Japan where you can admire the crested ibis in the wild. It is a large bird, sheer white, with a red beak and pink-orange hue tinted feathers. This species has clawed its way back from near extinction. It had disappeared from Japan in 2003. Overhunting affected the population. High use of pesticides killed the small critters the crested ibis fed on. Ishikawa on Japan's main island of Honshu, was one of the last places where the crested ibis lived. Since then, countless people in the region have worked to revive the species. In 2026, they are expected to return to Ishikawa. To find out more about this, we visited the Ishikawa Zoo. Beyond the entrance, on top of the hill, sits the Toki Satoyama Center. Two lovely men welcomed us, Oi Tsuyoshi and Demura Satoshi. They explained that the birds were very timid, so precautions were needed to avoid scaring them. Demura and Oi's commitment was tangible. They show us a meticulously compiled chart. 7 chicks were successfully hatched this year. Part of Demura's job as a zookeeper included cutting the grass and hiding worms or insects in the ground so the ibis could practice searching for prey. Their efforts are paying off. While there are those supporting the recovery of the crested ibis population, there are also those like Hamada Eiji preparing for when the bird will fly in the wild again.
やっぱり僕らも生産する以上利益出さない。
Hamada is a farmer. He is changing his rice production methods so that the crested ibis can eventually feed here. To allow small critters eaten by the crested ibis to thrive while protecting the quality of the rice, he limits the amount of fertilizer and pesticides. He is also adding landscape features where large pools of water can form. This has brought back the frogs and tadpoles. On our way back from Noto in the torrential rain, we stopped to interview Muramoto Yoshio, who is a bit of a legend in the field of crested ibis conservation. We visited the 99-year-old in his self-funded museum near his house. Here, he raises awareness about the crested ibis and its history, while passing on the knowledge to the next generation.
時は17センチのくちばしがあって15センチぐらいまで。
The museum is full of crested ibis memorabilia. Before we left, he had us listen to a song he'd composed to teach children about the importance of the crested ibis. My colleague, Mika, and myself found ourselves humming the tune and feeling a flutter of hope and optimism. It sends a message of hope and optimism from Japan to the world. So, what have we learned about Ishikawa and the secret to its resilience? The region's commitment to nature and community contributes to its resilience and keeps families living here. Meanwhile, they find purpose and meaning in revitalizing nature and the crested ibis, and with it, their communities. It was as Governor Hase Hiroshi told us, "I will continue to do my utmost to ensure the sight of the crested ibises soaring again in the skies of Noto will become a symbol of Noto's recovery." Thank you for listening to the podcast by Japan Forward. If you want to learn more about the story, check out our video on YouTube and the article on the Japan Forward website. Thank you to the team, including Sean Fernando and Sugiura Mika, who were with me on this trip. Thank you to all the people who spoke to us, including Governor Hase Hiroshi, and helped us bring the voices of Ishikawa to the world. This podcast was realized thanks to the support of the government of Japan.